What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Alright, today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to go over some personal development, and I'm going to show you a little tool that I use, that I've been using, for a while, and it really helped me out with just getting through the whole adversity or any obstacle or any kind of problems I have in life. I kind of use this tool and I keep it in the back of my mind at all times, and it helps me a lot. And hopefully it can help you too. That's the goal here, to kind of maybe inspire you to kind of think outside the box, try to change your perspective on different things, to help you be a little happier or a little bit more focused, more concentrated, and more less distracted and less distracted with emotions and stuff like that. Well, to start off, there's 5 steps. Now, fake it till you make it. I see it as you have goals, and now that you have goals, you imagine or you envision yourself a certain way, or at the top, or at the end, or whatever it is that you want to be or become, or whatever in life. Now, fake it till you make it is kind of like you have to already envision yourself as that person already. You got to envision yourself as having all the things that you would have as you were that person. You got to keep that in your mind constantly. So it's almost to the point like you have to be so sure that it's already yours. That the sun's gonna go down, the moon's gonna come up. That's all sure you are. Like if it's 3 o'clock right now, it's gonna be 4 o'clock in an hour. Like 60 minutes from now, it's gonna be 4 o'clock. That's how sure you have to be. Also, you got to realize that everybody goes through their problems and trials and tribulations and stuff like that. Everybody suffers. You're not the only one. And I guarantee you that whatever you're going through, you're probably not in the worst position as somebody else in your age demographic and everything is going through too. You're not very bad. So you kind of got to just, like I said, imagine yourself and keep envisioning yourself and try to visualize, keep those visualizations going all the time. Find yourself even daydreaming and being happy that you already have everything. And that's the best way to do it. Okay, now step number 2. Step number 2 is you got to realize that your environment affects your mood and your productivity. So a cluttered environment equals a cluttered mind. And what that means is wherever you are living, wherever you do your work, wherever you work out, whatever your space, your own private space, if it's cluttered, if it's not where you want it to be, and you find yourself like unorganized and trying to scramble for everything, most likely your mind is the same way. So try to keep your space very personal. Maybe you are an unorganized kind of person, or really cluttered person. Just try to keep your space as personal and as together, where you know everything is, as possible. Like I said, a cluttered environment equals a cluttered mind. And I know that there's a lot of people who are, maybe don't have the resources or not as fortunate as others to have their own space, and maybe they have to share a space, and it's like, you have to worry about the other person, and things get in the way. Honestly, you got to just make the best of it. Make the best of it, and go and, like I said, personalize your space. Even if you're sharing it, you should have just maybe a little portion of it. Even if it's small, it's still your space. You have your own space that you can do. And eventually that will, like I said, keep your mind clear. It would produce more, have more productivity, more creativity. You're able to have this conscious, clarity of and not having to worry about your clutter or your disorganization, or having to worry about where this is or where that is. It kind of gets all the worries out of the way and allows you to kind of flow. Allows the energy to flow out. Allows all your thought and creativity to flow out. All right, now step number 3 is meditation. Now, that's one of the most important steps. One of the most important steps that you have to kind of really consider, especially if you're wanting to build a temple within, because it's really all, like I would say 90% of your mental abilities or capacity, and 10% physical, or whatever you do in life. That's how it is, no matter what, regardless. You can get past any obstacle at all as long as you have the mental strength and endurance and power of yourself. So meditation is key. So what you do is you build yourself, and you start off, the basics. You start with the basics, and you start with like gratitude. You just sit down, you relax, try to breathe, focus on your breathing, and just take it, second at a time. It's very, very calm, very relaxing. Focus on all your body parts. Move all the way from your toes all the way to the top of your head. Really imagine and just focus, and then think about the gratitude, right? You do a gratitude meditation, and you think about all the stuff you're grateful for. So you start with, I'm grateful for my health, like really simple, basic things, almost obvious to the point, like I'm grateful that I have a shirt on, or I'm grateful that I have hair in my head, or I'm grateful that I'm breathing right now. You start with that kind of stuff, then you move out towards, stuff that you don't have. I'm grateful for that Lamborghini I'm gonna get in next year. I'm grateful for the six-pack I'm gonna get by the end of the summer. I'm grateful for, just stuff like that. You have to just kind of already be grateful for those things, and just, like I said, train your mind and train your consciousness so that you can move on it and act on it. And the crazy thing about your subconscious is that it can't identify the difference between reality and what your thoughts are. Like if you were to think, oh, I'm driving this Lamborghini, your subconscious really believes that it's driving a Lamborghini. It's a crazy thing, but the way your thoughts are, it's almost like an action. Like you're projecting something already out into the universe, and then eventually it'll come to pass. It's like it comes out, it cycles in, it comes out, it cycles in, it comes out, it cycles in. That's why it's so strong. It's so important to have a strong mind and to develop your consciousness through meditation. Another thing with meditation is you want to practice on changing your negative to positive thoughts. So a lot of negativity goes on throughout the world, and it's full of it. Everybody's full of negativity all the time. It's in the news. It's in the media. It's in our social media, parents, family. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, and it's so sickening. Like you would think that people would want to be positive and want to grow and progress, but they have to sit down and either they have to dwell on their past, or dwell on negative situations, or who's dying, or who's having an affair, or who's cheating on who. Is like, just like, really, come on, like you don't have to focus on that stuff. Focus on stuff that's going to benefit you in life, and stuff that's going to make you progress. And one of the tools to do that within the tool within the tool, so meditation, and you go within that, is to change your language. And you think about all the words that you say on a daily basis, and you think about like the things like, I can't do this, or I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, my nose is too big, all those different words that you say that prevent you from doing the things that you want to do. Those negative things should never come across your mind. You should never have those, constantly building in your mind all the time. And you have to build positive rapport. Like, I love myself, and I love my, my body. This is my body. This is what I was born with. There's a reason for everything in life. There's a reason why I have this nose. There's a reason why I have all this stuff right here. I'm meant to have this. Someone will love me for this. Everybody will love me for this. And if they don't, that's on them. That's their own personal problems. If they can't deal with something that's within you, that's their problem. That's something that they're looking from. Their insides are bad. Their insides are negative, full of negativity. All right, now step number 4. Motion creates emotion. Now, after reading a lot of books and stuff like that, I've learned and I've tested it out, and it really works. So motion creates emotion is a step where if you feel like at any point in life, or like if you're working on something constantly, and let's just say you're a graphic designer or a writer, and you all of a sudden get this writer's block or this designing block where you can't have no more creativity. You feel like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. You have to get up, just take a walk. You take a walk, or you clean, or you do anything that you enjoy, you like doing, like exercising or do something like that. And it's productive. I mean, you're not gonna, it's like it's double productive. Like you're getting, you're working on something, so productivity already, and then you leave that to produce more of another productivity. So it makes you feel good. It's a task that you can do, easily. So it's almost like a feeling of accomplishment. Comes back, makes you feel good. You get your, serotonin levels go up a little bit. You're feeling more happy, more juiced up. Boom, you got creativity back again. You get your writer's block back, out of the way. You get your designer's block out of the way, whatever it is you want to call it, or anything that you're doing in life. Take a walk, exercise, do something productive, build a desk, find, some kind of purpose in that, oh yeah, I built a desk today, like I'm so proud of myself. It took me this long. I was able to get back to my designing or get back to my writing and start all over again and start, kicking ass. Oh, and it also includes with your positive language, right? So you take a walk and you want to keep pumping that positivity inside yourself, and you kind of just want to build this whole ball of positive energy going, and you want to just kind of just absorb it, keep it in, and it helps you. It helps, like I said, it helps. You clear all that negativity out of the way. You get able to take a walk, or you exercise, or build a desk, or clean, or whatever it is that you do, and then you have all this positivity too as well. And ultimately, the positivity that you have built up, it'll power your action. It'll power your emotions to go forward in doing your job or your task, or you're working on your passion or your goal or dream and stuff like that. Right now, the last step is step 5, which is personify your chains. Now, this is one that I personally have developed over time. Now, this step right here is like really, honestly, it's really useful. I've made this up over time, and I do this because I have a really huge imagination, and I like to imagine different things, and I don't know, you know what I mean. I imagine different things all the time, like cartoon characters or little animations or little figures or whatever. I have this huge imagination, just whatever it is. So, personify your chains. Your chains meaning your emotions, right? And your emotions, and that kind of power your actions, and the emotions that do power your actions. So whether it be negative or positive. So if you think about it, what stops most people from doing what they want to do? It's fear, right? So fear is like the number one killer of all dreams. Like it can kill, it can stop a potential millionaire from being a millionaire. And I'm sure that there's many successful people, don't get me wrong, they had some kind of fear or whatever in their mind, at one time, but they learned to control it and not let it control them. Because fear is not real. And so what you do is you personify the fear. So what I do is I imagine fear as this little kid, this little kind of, I don't know, some little runt kid, you think like some like Dennis the Menace kind of kid. And I mean, honestly, you can just knock him out of the way easily, and he's pretty much nothing. Like you can knock him out and move him out of the way, like, and all he wants to do is just whisper in your ear all this negativity, like, oh, you can't do this. Oh, it's gonna cost this much money. You're gonna lose out on this. You're gonna ruin your life because of this. This is too big of a risk. Blah 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 blah. Just cut it all out. Knock him out of the way. Also, there's doubt. Doubt's another one. Doubt's like it's like, I imagine this little fat, like Jabba the Hutt kind of person, just right there, just sitting back on the chair, not doing anything, but all he can do is point the finger and say, this is I doubt you can do that, or like, that's not gonna work, all this stuff like that. Same way. But on the other hand, if you get your positive things like your love and your passion and your emotions like happiness, and you want to keep those people around, those are the things that you want to have as your best friends. You want to keep those companions around at all times. I know it sounds weird, it sounds crazy, but like I said, through meditation you have to practice this kind of stuff. This is like stuff that's training and training and training. You have to kind of develop yourself over time to keep doing it. And sooner or later you realize that all these emotions, they're a creation of yourself. You can do them yourself. And you can power yourself, your actions, based on those emotions. Or you can either, lose power or gain power. And if you really, really get the hang of this, there's no limits to what you can do. Like, for instance, let's just say, a lot of people have trouble getting motivation or being motivated and to do whatever it is that they want to do. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Obviously, you have to figure out why you want to do it, and your drivers, your circumstances, stuff like that. It doesn't. All those things like play a factor. But ultimately, it's your emotions and whatever you tie to your actions, or whatever you tie to any situation, whatever emotion you tie. And if you give that emotion enough power to do so. So a lot of people have fear, right? And if fear is something that stops people from doing what they want to do, or becoming the person they want to be, ultimately, we have the potential as human beings to accomplish anything at all. So try to use these 5 steps. I'm going to summarize the 5 steps just to go through it one more time and make sure everything is all clear and stuff like that. Alright, so step number 1 was fake it till you make it. Like I said, you have to just envision yourself as the person or the environment or the situation that you want to be already. You have to just imagine yourself there. Constantly put that in your mind. Condition yourself to think that way. Step 2 is your environment affects your mood and your productivity. So like I said, a cluttered environment is a cluttered mind. So you want to be able to clean your environment or personalize your environment as much as possible, so that way you are like you in that environment, and you can just not have to worry about where to find what and blah blah blah, get all this stuff going and stuff like that. And okay, now number 3 was meditation. Meditation was one of the big ones. I want about like how much power your mind has, first of all, and trying to void out the negativity and bring in the positivity by changing your language, your daily language, whether the things that you say verbally or mentally, those things that go on all the time in your mind. And even if you're not even saying it to like about yourself, you're just saying it about somebody else, those negative words stick, and they stick like hot shit. It's just nasty like stuff. Like you don't need it there. It just smells up the room or whatever place that you are, and it's just bad. It doesn't have to be there. So clean everything off with positivity, and switch things around for yourself. All right, number 4 was motion creates emotion. Now, emotion creates emotion. Basically, if you're stuck in a rut, and if you're in a situation where you have like some kind of block, and you need to just kind of get out, what you got to do is just take a walk, clean something, build a desk, go do the yard, just get out, and do something productive. So something productive that you love to do, and put you in a better mood, make you feel accomplished, get those positive energy flowing and building up, and just absorb it, and use that positive energy to power your emotions to take that necessary action. All right, last one, step 5. Step 5 is personifying your chains. Now, personifying chains one is that I've made up and I've kind of developed over time, and that one there, it takes a lot of practice. You kind of, you think about it yourself, and initially you're like, man, what the hell, well, how could I think of fear or doubt or procrastination or jealousy or envy or anything like that as a person or like a being or like some kind of entity? You just do it. Honestly, you just put that face, or like maybe somebody you hate at work, or maybe somebody that you don't like this period. Put their face on it, and if you don't want to hang out with them, don't hang out with fear. Don't hang out with doubt. Don't hang out with procrastination. Don't hang out with envy or anything that's going to cause you to delay or stop being the person or doing the things that you want to do in life. On the other hand, you got to like take the positivity, like happiness, gratitude, gratefulness, and stuff like that, and feeling abundant. And you got to take those things in on this side, and those are going to be your best friends. You got to power the positive emotions or the positive ideas and aspects. Give them the most power and the most attention, and then you give the least power to them. All right, now ultimately, guys, this time in your life right now, whether if you're going through adversity or trial or obstacles or tribulation in your life at that point, just remember, it's only temporary. It's only gonna last for a season. Everything has to go in cycles all the time. So if you're going through a down slope, that means you're gonna go through an upslope pretty soon. Just like how there's seasons in the year. We have summer, fall, winter, spring. What happens? Summers, spring and summer is like all joyous, cool. And then fall, you can see the literally falling, decline. Winter is cold, icy. It's a hard time, and not considering like Christmas or all the all that stuff like that. But it's just metaphorically, it's a hard, cold time, and then you have spring right around the corner. So you got to realize that anything you're going through right now, it's happening for a reason. It's helping you to become the person that you're meant to be, or you're supposed to be. Everything that you're going through is teaching you, and what you got to look at it like, you're not the victim of it, but you're looking at it as the student of it, and you got to learn from those things, whether it is you made a mistake, or circumstances or situations happen outside of your power that you couldn't control. You cannot be mad at yourself for that, or you cannot put yourself down for that. It's out of your control, like I said. And everything happens for a reason. It's supposed to teach you that, and it happens in everybody's life, and not just yours. So you got to just take into consideration, love your life, love people, love the world, love everything.